Welcome, Angry Faithful, to again, we are doing a What the Hell interview. We have Ever Sharp, and I gotta say, I love that name. Once you told me that, I was like, Ever Sharp? Dude, your parents knew what you're doing.
Yeah.
I got crapped on. But basically, you're one of those weird anomalies in the gay community where you're a gay Republican. We started talking about political stuff and everything, and how you're actually bullied off of Twitch.
Yeah.
Because that you're Republican, and I was saying that the other people that get bullied is like the Hodge twins. Hodge twins got bullied really bad.
Yeah.
Move over a little bit. Right. Yeah. It's just so you can get in the shot. So go ahead and tell me about that.
Well, it was during the pandemic, so I didn't have anything to do. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna go make a platform. I'm gonna start talking, and I started out doing interviews. I think it was about gun laws. Cause there was something going on.
There we go.
With gun laws, so I was going interviewing just random people. And
gun laws.
Yeah, there was something going on. I don't remember. It was a few years back. There was a shooting or something, so it was just in conversation.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to talk about this. So I was going around interviewing people about it. Everything was fine for a few months. I didn't get very many followers. I got up to 40, and then I just got invaded slowly. Random people just coming in being like, you're a Nazi, because I talked very heavily on my views on transgenderism, and that's apparently not the thing to do.
Yeah.
So I started moving away from gun laws and, is Trump that bad, or is he okay for our community, towards should transgenders be able to transition before the age of 18, or things like that.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've been heavily against, is the transitioning prior than 18. Because your body's not fully developed. It's all science stuff.
Yeah.
Your body's not fully developed.
And it sterilizes you most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. So. I mean, it's that whole thing. It's even going up against stuff as I've seen a couple of gay couples go up against pro-life, or not against pro-life, but they were pro-life, and the reason why they're pro-life is and they made a hands down the best argument. It's gay couples can't really have children. You can just they can just adopt, and I was like, oh, you got my vote on that one. It's just simple logic. I mean, but I also had people that tell me, I was like, I went through 4 abortions. I was like, they have birth control, right?
Yeah. Or just self-control.
Yeah, self-control.
See, I think a lot of to wrap up the Twitch thing, I started talking a little bit about more my personal views on gays and transgenders, and got invaded up to the point where full streams were just flooded with people telling me, kill yourself, you're a Nazi, you're awful, blah, blah, blah. And then I just deleted it and left. Yeah. And that was the end of that.
You should really pick it back up. I mean, just to get, your views and point across and everything like that. I mean, if you don't think you can handle that stress and everything, don't even worry about it. But it's one of those things. It's there's a whole reason why I made this whole podcast and everything like that, was give voice to people that don't really have a voice, and the people that get bullied and everything. My daughter got bullied. I was bullied when I was a kid. I mean, it was something stupid simple as being out there to the point to where I like comics and everything like that. And at that time frame, not a lot of people liked comics and everything. And now it's a fad. And I'm like, where the fuck were you guys when I was actually a kid?
See, and it's kind of funny that, because I don't get bullied by straight people. I don't.
Yeah, you just get bullied by your own community.
Yeah, the community that's advocating for our equality is the one that's kind of outcasted me.
Yeah.
And the only ones to ever make me feel like I wasn't welcome,
Which is really sad, is something that that's supposed to be so tight knit and everything and caring and everything like that, and you just get people in there. And it's like, well, your views aren't like this, so bam,
Yeah.
we're gonna trash you. I mean, and it's gotten into the point to where I mean, M&Ms. Who gives a shit? I was like, oh, we're basically doing a what is it,
LGBTQ plus.
There you go. And we're making it more woke. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's fucking M&Ms. But
See, yeah, and that's another thing is that with the rise of like the LGBTQ plus community's activism, you see a lot of companies expanding on that. Like Pride Month comes around and you see all these sponsorships from all these companies, and they don't care. No one cares. It's just in June they care.
Yeah.
And I think it's really funny to see you get canceled over like if you're not going to sponsor them. So
yeah,
you're
well,
forced
no,
into
it's even worse now because they have a I guess it would be like a woke statistic. If the company's this woke and everything, you can buy stocks from them.
your
It goes,
diversity quota thing?
yes.
Oh, am I meeting your diversity quota right now?
Yeah, basically.
Good.
Wait a minute. Yes. Yes, I'll take whatever I can. No, I just pull anybody aside that wants to be on camera and everything like that. But what's really strange though, mostly women and people with diversity, they'll hop on, but straight white men very rarely will pop on. I mean, I have to like talk them into it. It's like, dude, can you do this? Can you do this? I mean, you have an interesting story. I want to share it. And that's another thing is I just love stories, especially stuff like that.
It's so sad to see the white guilt that people have that they're just like
I'm
a white straight male. I don't want to get on camera. I don't want to share my views because they're just ostracized.
No, I had a transgender person. It's like, or no,
Non-binary.
Non-binary. They were like, I like the pronouns they, them. I was like, all right, fucker. Wait a minute, what are you doing? I was like, well, that's non-binary. Fucker can go with women or men. It doesn't really matter. They got so pissed off.
Yeah.
Because I did a loophole and I was happy about it.
Well, they them pronouns don't exist.
Yeah, I know.
They're not real. There's no scientific evidence for it at all. So.
No. Well, the pronouns exist, but they exist for literature type stuff. I mean,
and there's also they've made the argument. I've seen a lot that languages change, and they do over the course of time, but they don't. They're not forced to change like how they're trying to force to change it.
Yeah,
it's a gradual thing and it's a natural thing.
Yeah, it's more or less the evolutionary of everything.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't get. I mean,
and it's because it feels natural, and this doesn't feel natural. They, them isn't, it doesn't feel natural, so no one's just going to say that.
Yeah, well, you see a lot of it with the pandemic to where more or less everybody wants to have, if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, it's a tribal thing. Everybody wants to be part of something. And I've said this multiple times on the show, that if you feel comfortable in this group, you share their ideology. You'll fight for that. I mean, I'm all for fighting for certain things and everything, but not to the point to where I'm going to get so angry I'm not going to listen to the other person. That's what a lot of people don't understand. But it's just ridiculous how people just don't want to hear what other people are talking about.
And I think with social media, it makes it a lot easier for there to become like a mob mentality. So
yes.
People don't. If you're in a conversation with one person and you have 10 other people backing you, you don't really have to say anything. Just the fact that you're saying anything will contribute to this just mob of hysteria against somebody.
Yeah, and it gets to the point to where,
and it just muddies up any conversation.
No, I saw the most funniest protester. They were going out. It's like stop fascism, kill the unvaccinated, and they had a Nazi symbol on the poster in front of AOC's building and everything. And I was like, you do you not know what all that stuff means?
Yeah.
And I mean, are you confused? Did someone give you that and you just held it up type deal? You're like, hey, can you hold up the sign? Oh yeah, sure. What's this like? Oh shit.
Yeah, it's funny because like they also about the free speech and the free speech laws, like trying to enact laws about pronouns and making hate speech a real thing. They don't think about the fact that they use such atrocious words for people to just call them like cis scum or
Oh, that's new.
cis scum, yeah.
What
or
was that
just
one?
Nazi, just straight white men, cis scum.
Oh wow.
Transmedicalist is another term that they use as like slurs against people, which would be someone who believes that transgenderism has a medical reason, which it does.
Yeah.
They don't realize that enacting those laws, when your president's not the president in 4 years, who's going to be making the laws then? Who's going to tell you that like your speech is no longer protected?
Well, I had only like one instance when I was in high school. The teacher is telling me, it's like, it was just ain't. I was like, ain't is a word. It's like, I hate to tell you this right now, but you can't stop me from using that. And if you actually draw out points off of my paper and everything, I'll fight you on it. And they're like, well, what I say is like this. So I went to the principal's office. I was like, she's telling me that ain't is a word. And it is a word. Everybody in Texas uses it. It's diverse for a compelling argument. Of course, at the time,
It's a real word. It's just not in proper grammar. That's
that was the whole thing. And he was like, well, it's not in proper grammar. It's like, I'm writing something in fiction. It doesn't have to be proper grammar. He has he's saying these words. She cannot do this. And the one card I eventually pulled, he's like, well, I was like, okay, we'll just do the last person. I'll sue you over free speech. You're a part of the government. You're a government entity. You're not allowed to hinder my free speech. Well, that's for adults. And I was like, no, that's for everyone. And he's like, well, I was like, lawyer. And he's like, he looked at her, he looked at me, he looked at her, he looked at me. And he's like, I'm not fighting this. Give him the points back.
Yeah.
And she was, oh man, I went toe to toe with her on a couple of times, and she was one of those people that she was a Karen before Karens were a thing.
Yeah.
It was just she couldn't believe someone got it over on her that she has a degree. I'm like, I hate to tell you this right now, there's a lot of stupid people that have degrees, and I met them and worked with them, and I still can't believe they passed in college. But no, another thing, the whole reason why we actually started hanging out and everything like that was because just friendly stuff. You needed help with some stuff, and I helped you out and everything. We just found out we had a lot in common, like comics. Not anime. I never really got an anime. You're actually
I'm super weeb, super nerd.
I can do like there's a. Like, my genre of anime is like, there's a new show that just came out, Legend of Vox Machina. Dude, I love that fucking show. It's so awesome.
Do you like Dragon Ball Z?
No, I can't stand it. It's too slow.
Naruto?
No, can't stand it. It's too slow. The whole thing is the anime, the storyline. If they could, like, cut the anime... the storyline to the point to where it gets to the point, I'm all in. Like I used to be into anime. Like I watched Vampire Hunter D. What was he? I like what's it? The old one that everybody praises starts with the A.
Akira?
Akira, yeah, I love that.
Really good, yeah.
Ghost in the Shell, loved Ghost in the Shell. I mean, the old stuff I can get into. I mean, technically Voltron's still anime, and I love the shit out of that.
I see kind of the genre you're talking about.
But I can't. I mean, something that they power up for like 5 to 6 episodes, I'm freaking bored.
Yeah.
It's just, And you're also into Magic, you have Pokemon, all kinds of stuff. And nowadays
I have
it's
the
popular.
most insane cards. They're insane. They're crazy.
I don't know. Back in the day when I had my set and everything like that, I kick myself now because I had. If I kept all the cards that I had, I'd probably had about $100,000 worth of cards, and I'm like, no.
Aged so well, yeah. I have a couple pages in here from like 97, 98, like my Dragon Ball Z cards. They're gonna be like crazy eventually.
Well,
They might already be crazy. I don't even know.
yeah. We also was video games. Really heavy in video games and everything. It's
And
just
all I do is play video games.
yeah. It's just that's the whole point of all this episode and everything like that. Once you get to know someone and everything, you have some commonality. I mean, everybody, you're not going to like everything that you like about them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go out with several of my friends that, like my host, I love him to death. We have the same thing, but he likes dressing like a cowboy. I don't. But that's more or less military thinking. I mean, you'll have, we're all green and everything until we get off post or off the base and everything, and he's in a cowboy and I'm all in emo stuff, and it's just, you'd think, oh man, they shouldn't even be together. They shouldn't hang out. They're totally different people. And when it comes around to it, we have all this commonality and everything. He just likes to dress one way, and I like to dress another way. That's literally that. And and he really likes sports. I can't talk sports and everything with him, but we still have a sports show.
Yeah.
And he loves the banter that I give him at times, to the point to where he sighs. I don't think that's really what he likes, but it's so strange that we live in a time that one thing I like about it with the social media and everything like that is you actually see that person's front forward of how much of a douchebag that person actually is.
I mean, unless they're doing a character.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters I love that do it. But there are some of them that's how they actually are. I mean, I've actually talked to it's like one guy, JT Jared Taylor. He's co-owner of Black Rifle Coffee. Me and him hung out at one point in time, and he's very drawn back whenever every group, depending on who he's talking to and everything. But he's up front. God, man. I met him for like 5 seconds. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Yeah, I was the one guy that gave you a shirt and everything like that." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Just gives me a hug. "Oh man, I love you, man. Thank you for the support and everything." I was like, that was awkward. Didn't expect the hug, but all right.
Yeah.
But they're all caring and lovable people and everything. But if you actually look at some of the stuff they put out, they're like, "Oh, he's got to be like super wild and he's all crazy and everything," and he's really not. I mean, he has his moments that, you know, he's like stupid crazy, and you just want to go back, huh? Really? But I have that same thing too. A lot of people, it's like, my daughter hates me. She's a lesbian, and she goes,
My daughter hates me. She's a lesbian.
well,
Yeah.
no. I ended up, because I did a couple of jokes. She's like, "I'm offended," and the joke was like, because someone in front of her asked me, "It's like, oh, your daughter's gay? How do you feel about that?" I was like, "No, you're phrasing it wrong." And he's like, "Okay, what are your views on gay women?" I was like, "It's usually in HD." She got so pissed off. It was so hilarious. She's like, "I can't believe you would say that." More, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
It's a microaggression. You got to be careful. Which is another thing that's very scary about them being so heavily against free speech is the word microaggression. That's really scary to think about if that becomes law.
Yeah. Well, another thing is people going out. It's like I had a person go out and tell me, it's like, "Oh, I'm transgender and everything." I was like, I was flat out. I was like, you still got your penis? It's like, yeah. You would still want to? Would you date me? I was like, no, you still have the penis. I'm not. I mean,
Disgusting.
you're not really that attractive either. He's like, well, you're just a homophobe. I was like, I'm not scared of homosexuals though. That's another thing. It's just like homophobe. I'm like, theoretically, homophobe is. If I was a homophobe, I couldn't be this weird near you because I would be so scared.
Yeah, and I'm so gay. I'm
No,
I'm so gay.
no, not one bit. No one could tell. They're never gonna know.
Right, yeah, I'm undercover.
Mm-hmm. You just gotta get that Billy Bob swagger. What's going on there, boys? You doing all right?
Ew. I would sound like Tiger King. Yeah, no.
That'd be fucking hilarious, though. That was another one that kind of screwed. It was during the pandemic, and everybody watched it. Was the Tiger King?
You know, there's more of it out now. There's like
there's a part 2
with that dude. I don't know his name.
Yeah,
Antle, Doc Antle.
That's
what it's about. Oh, and then the one about the chick, Carol Baskins.
Yeah, who killed her husband.
Yeah, they're all going down.
Yeah, it was such a funny documentary. Mm-hmm. I was just watching this. It's one of those big train wrecks that you just got to watch. You're like, how is this entertaining? I don't know why I'm entertained, but I'm entertained.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the first season was crazy.
Yeah, but what's really sad, it only happened like what, probably about 50 miles from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there in Oklahoma.
Yeah. It was so strange because one of the guys that was running the ranch, or help him run the Tiger King stuff. Mm-hmm. You know where he's at right now? Burke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've heard about him actually.
Several people have heard about him. He lives in Burke, and he's not that bad of a guy. I mean, from what people tell me. I mean, of course, I'm also one of those people. People tell me it's like, oh, Wayne Newton's a really good show and everything. Yeah, but he's not a good person. I've had people tell me, like, left and right, they would punch Wayne Newton in the face.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he's that much of a douchebag.
Well, Tiger King definitely, they had a huge influence even before the show. Did you know that Britney Spears, if you know anything about her, there's a big VMA concert she did where she has the boa constrictor on her. Mm-hmm. It's like her huge, the big Britney Spears.
It was like Jungle or something like that, or
yeah, it was
some
a huge
song,
jungle theme. I don't know what the song was, but the tigers that were in that were from Doc Antle and him.
Oh, really?
They sold her the tigers, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they had, and that was when she was at like the top of the top. So they were involved with selling to the top of the top, admittedly, wow. And that's back in like early 2000s.
Well, it's still a strange thing that most of the tigers are in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, so random.
Yeah. I was like, because I was looking up on, because Joe Rogan did a joke on it, and I was like, that's bullshit. So I Googled it and everything. I did like 3 searches try to figure this out because I was like determined to say it was like, there's no tigers in Texas except for at zoos. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, holy crap, these people are freaking crazy.
Because there's so much open land and stuff.
Yeah.
So they just...
I was like, someone introduced cougars into, not female cougars, but the actual animal cougars. We always had problems with cougars around here. But we had, someone brought in a couple of cougars around here. And we have cougar problems now.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like, why would you do that? Well, I wanted a cougar.
Hey, I kind of want one. That'd be cool.
Fuck that. They will rip you to shreds. Okay, let's take it like this. The amount of speed of their claws that it would rip you to shreds is... there's a video you can look at, Indian guy versus tiger or something like that. He's running on a motorbike, and the tiger jumps up and swipes him. And there's an after photo of his arm just ripped to shreds, and that was just like I'm like, no.
Did you hear that story a few years back of that woman that she got like mauled to death by her her
Chimpanzee?
friends, like chimpanzee, yeah.
Yes,
That was
ate her
crazy.
face.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Those things are freaking, man. People go up and try to defend animals and everything like that, and they're like, "Oh, they're so precious." No, they will fuck you up.
Yeah, your
hands
cat will
down.
eat you when you die.
Yeah, yeah. Those. It's like, why aren't you a pet person? I like dogs, and they are really nice and everything, but
I can't do dogs.
You can't do dogs.
I can't do the smell. I have such a sensitive nose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Reeks.
Yeah, that's probably. I had this one guy. He had Maladukes. That's one dog you will never want. They slept in his bed and everything. All his clothes smelled of that big dog musk.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be around him because
Yeah.
it was just the musk itself. Just I was like, dude, you need to do something. Clean your dogs. I was like, well, I wash them every month. Try week and try to like perfume on those dogs and then just clean your clothes because I could smell him coming. Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad when I can smell them coming over to you. It's like, but no, go ahead and pop out the magic cards and stuff like that. I don't care because
it out.
Yeah, we
Your
gonna.
camera can't see them though, can they?
No, it's fine.
Okay, whatever. These are all my coins.
Is that like pops from back in the day, or is it just regular coins?
No, they're just the coins that come in the card pack.
They have coins in car packs?
And some of them, yeah.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
Specific ones, I guess.
Do they hold any value or anything like that?
Yeah, there's one out right now that's a Pikachu one. There's like a big 25th anniversary, and the Pikachu one's going for like a couple $100 right now.
Yeah, because my co-host, he's into pops.
Mm?
And, I mean, I got the big Skeletor one and everything. Well, I got that and a Boba Fett one. And that's his limits of that. And that's one thing about a lot of people don't understand with all this stuff is almost everything's collectible. A person doesn't get what he wanted when he was a kid because he was so poor and everything, and now he has like stupid money to where he can buy anything. He'll name his own price and everything. He'll buy it, and it's just shows that people buy some weird stuff.
I think I definitely do too. Like, thinking back to my childhood, we weren't poor, but we were very, like, they didn't want to spend the money we had. So I was just always around money, but not being able to spend it. So now I just buy all the random collectible shit. Like, you've seen my pop figures. I have a lot, and I was trying hard not to collect pop figures. Like, I didn't want them. I wanted.
Yeah, it's a weird
figures.
addiction that's just pops up.
Yeah, they just come around. Yeah.
It's like my dad's coins. He I mean, back in the day, everybody used to collect coins, stamps. Now it's just evolved to other stuff. I mean,
yeah, now it's cards. And
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Beanie Baby didn't make it through.
What do you mean?
Beanie, they're not as they thought Beanie Babies is like the new stock that you can buy.
I know they went up a lot, like 10 years back, but then they kind of dropped off.
No, it was in the 90s. It was like
90s?
Yeah, it was.
Dropped off.
Yeah, probably around about. Well, no, not reverse that. It was 99s where it was super popular, and it wasn't until like 2005 where it just dropped off. And I mean,
I never got into them. I don't know.
Someone gave me one. And they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be super value for you." And I was like, "I'm gonna lose this so fast. It's not even gonna be funny."
I wish I would have got more into dolls because dolls are where like the real money's at. Like when I was really little, I had a lot of Monster High dolls, and they went out of circulation in like the USA. They were like banned from everywhere. So the only way you could get them was from like selling and trading online. And now like these old dolls that I used to have that I just threw out as I got older or whatever are worth like $300 or something. And it's like
nowadays depending on what you're hoarding is what it ends up being. It's like I had one of those big AT-ATs from Star Wars. I mean, one of the original ones from when Empire Strikes Back first came out. and it worked and everything. And then I had a bunch of He-Man stuff too. Now I look back at it, because it wasn't my parents throwing away. I'm one of those people. I'm a simplest. I can't really have that much around me and everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had an apartment one time. Someone came over. It's like, you got photos and everything? Yeah, I got a photo of me and Stan Lee, me and Jay and Silent Bob, me and the Boondock Saints and everything. And I was like, why don't you hang him up? I was like, I don't want that on my walls. I don't.
And even at my house, I think everything's
covered. I mean, you're also an art. You're also an artist, and you have almost everything. I mean, I'm like looking around. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's just not my thing. I mean, I just can't. I mean, this is the most. Technically, this is the most I've ever had, like, showing off stuff that I've collected over through the years and everything, and it's just, this is it. I don't really get the factor of showing off all of your stuff.
Well, I know when I was really young, I had like, my way of showing, like, friendship and stuff was to give people stuff. So if I really wanted to be friends with somebody and they just didn't want to be friends with me, I would just give them, like, everything they wanted. And I learned around probably around like 18 or 19, I was like, I've lost, like, all my stuff. Where's all my stuff? And I realized I gave it all away. So now I kind of hoard it all.
I do that too, but it's not, wanting to be friends or anything like that. It's just one of those things. It's just like, oh, that's really nice. It's like, I'm not using it. I was like, I
had always just had the mindset of, like, oh, they'll appreciate it more than I will.
Yeah, exactly.
And 5 years later, I was like, I really appreciated that. Like, yeah. I probably appreciate that more than they did.
Well, I was working Uverse, and we were in the call center, and we were just talking back and forth and everything like that, and of how horrible our childhood was and everything like that. And I had the mentality my childhood was horrible, and thinking once you think back on it, I was like, well, I had this, and we were just going off. It's like, I had this toy, I had this toy, or I had this toy. It's like, yeah, I had this, I had that, I had that. My sister's a fucking cunt, because she was like, our childhood was horrible, and you just got to accept it. And I was like, our childhood was fucking. You were just an asshole.
Yeah.
And you just realize, it's like, God, dude, you're an unappreciative bitch. You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Not that I love my stepsister. There's my biological sister. That's
Well, speaking really of being a bitch, do you want to hear how me and my boyfriend got together?
Okay, this is interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah. Here, well, I'll go through the cards while we talk about it.
Okay.
So I met him in
Put the mic a little bit closer.
I met him in 5th grade.
Okay.
I was just moving here. Do you see this? This is so cute.
Oh, the what was it? Puzzle?
Yeah, little puzzle.
Yeah.
I met him in 5th grade. I had just moved here from Colorado.
Okay.
And I was going through just a really bad time. There was just a lot going on. So I just came in, and I was the biggest bitch ever. Mm-hmm. I would bully the hell out of him, like. And looking back, I always thought we were friends back in elementary school. People had, like, randomly brought up his name later, and I'd been like, oh, yeah, we were friends in elementary school. Apparently, I had bullied him so bad that he had cried, and he said he hated me so bad if he ever saw me again, he was going to beat my ass. And fast forward to... I was working at Ross, so 2020-ish, 2019-ish.
Yeah.
He came up there, he's got a job, and he's like, do you remember me from elementary school? And I was like, yeah, we were friends, I remember you. And he was like, yeah. And then slowly we started talking, he's like, we were not friends, like, you were terrible to me. And I was like, no way in hell, no. But apparently I was awful to him.
And then you, like, think back and everything like that, and you just realize now that all he's doing is, like, hate fucking you now.
Yeah. I make that joke a lot. I'm like, is this like you're pranking me? Like after our, like, 10-year anniversary, it's like, pranked, fuck off.
That would be horrible for you, but I would be laughing my ass off. I was like, dude!
I couldn't be mad. I'd be like, well, shit.
That would be so hilarious.
Yeah. But see, even now looking back, I think of like I remember the things I said to him that were mean, but I didn't think of them as I didn't think I was being mean. I thought I was being like playful, but I was just a bitch.
My brother that well, I think he's living in our boxes now, but he'll go off and tell you, it's like, man, I was so mean to David before he went into the military and everything, and after he got in the military, I ended up like being totally different, and Dave's an asshole all the fucking time. And I was like, he literally thought, he's like, I created a Frankenstein's monster and he's better at it. But, okay, so, now I never got, you can't play the big cards.
No,
right?
I think it'll say on there that you can't. I don't know. I would assume you can't.
No, well,
But usually it says at the bottom if you can't. It'll say, like, this cannot be used in tournaments or whatever. It doesn't matter. These are the exact same as the small cards. These are just big because they're 25th anniversary editions. Okay. And they're the old art styles. And then this one's crazy. I don't know where I got it, but it's insane.
Yeah, foiled.
Yeah.
That's so crazy, though, that, was it Logan Paul? He went into that
Charizard?
Yeah.
Yeah, poor guy. He got fucked.
Wait a minute, that was fake?
Yeah.
Because he wore that in a boxing match.
Yeah. Nah, he lost a lot. Yeah, it was fake.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Yeah. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, I remember when it broke. It was very shocking.
I didn't even get over that one.
I think these are my Force of Will ones. Are these Force of Will? Yeah. So this is
Wait, Force of Will of Magic or Pokemon? Force
of Will.
The Pokemon?
That's the card.
No, there's a card. Oh, okay. I'll show you here what I was talking about here in a second. And this is basically, it looks like you're using the same colorization as Magic almost, or no?
Yeah, it's kind of like a little Yu-Gi-Oh thing. It's just more for, it's like anime fact stuff. Because they're all like cute little characters. Like, this one's Alice in Wonderland themed for the water. And then, the fire is like dragons and fairies and stuff.
Mm. Oh wow, that's weird. No, the Force of Will I was talking about is this one. See if it'll come up to a big photo. Because when you said you had it, I was like, oh wow. And you can see the. Come on, you stupid. There we go. But no, that's the Force of Will for Magic the Gathering. It's an actual card.
Yeah.
As at one point in time, that's low. At one point in time, it was worth probably about $600.
Dang.
Yeah. But it's just a counterspell that's almost. That's not the casting cost, is it?
Is that the starting bid cost?
No, I was thinking of the actual price of it, and it's not giving me. Let me just do images. I was looking at the casting cost of it. Yeah, it's 5 mana for a counterspell. But it has a trick to it. You just pay 1 life and get rid of a blue card. It really, the legendary deck that everybody wanted to play and everything, it's a first turn kill. Fireball, Channel, Moxes, and Black Lotuses all are banned because of that. And that was the only counter to stop it, because you have it in your hand first turn, you have a blue card, and you pay 1 life. Person goes down to like 1 life to kill you in 1 shot. Boom. And then you just counter it. Okay, he's dead. But, yeah, that was the only... Yeah. I mean, from looking at it right now, it's not that expensive. I mean, the Power Nines are still... Here's a Time Warp right now.
Are you on eBay though?
No, it's TCG Player.
Okay.
Time Twister, $15,000.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and the only thing is like
Is it a first edition?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
from. I think it's got to be beta because of the corners are cut.
Beta. Sorry.
It's just a fucking red. Set time twister aside in a new graveyard pile. Basically, exile it, shuffle your hand, library, and graveyard together into a new library, and draw a new hand of 7 cards, leaving all cards in play where they are. Opponent must do the same.
Word.
So it's just reset everything. But yeah, I mean the card, the most famous one of the Magic cards that everybody wants to try to get, the Black Lotus. I want to see the price on that again. I know it's gone up. That's not the. Okay, here we go. The beta Black Lotus is $42,000,
Sheesh.
and that's for 3.5 grade.
Oh my god.
So that's not even like high grade. Could you imagine someone having? Because I know,
Yeah.
I know the highest grade goes for like $100,000, I think. But that,
It's so hard to get them that high grade. Like all these, I'm sure none of them are. Just from putting them in the sleeve has created some micro scratch on them.
yeah. Well, it's like the Holy Grail comics, the one that if you can get it in a high grade, it's worth a freaking fortune. I think it's now it's like $5 million, and that's Action Comics #1. And it's just you can't find it, can't get it that grade, and whenever it goes to auction, that's the set price where they put it into. So.
Word.
But how do you play this though?
Oh, so these are fake first.
Okay.
But they were from there was an old Kid Icarus game for the 3DS, and it was
Okay.
in the box. It would come with like a set of like 3 or 4 of these, and they basically wanted you to keep buying the game over and over to collect all the cards.
Oh, okay.
And when I went to go start buying them, no one's selling them, so I just printed them off. So that's what
Yeah,
I did there.
we
I
ended
just
up
thought they were pretty.
unless I was actually going to tournaments. I usually just print up decks just to try them out and everything like that, and see if I can get a working design and everything. That's how I made my tournaments.
When I had printed these out, you can kind of see there. They used to be part of this big like painting I had.
Oh, really?
And I had just ripped them off one day because I got tired of it because I wanted them in here.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And then my Yu-Gi-Oh! Almost all of them are first edition,
Okay.
so they're pretty crazy. My Dark Magician, you know.
Is that any kind of value? Because I know, I mean, if you go through like the cartoon, Dark Magician was already used almost in every episode.
He is. I don't think this one is because this one's not a first edition.
Mm.
But if this was, it would be. I think that's my most expensive
What is it?
card. My Magician's Valkyria. I think. Or maybe it's Punishment Dragon or like Black Rose Dragon.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yeah.
Hopefully I can-
Valkyria.
I'm looking up the card. I'm just curious. It's you.
There. Oh, wait.
There we go. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like $35. I mean, still.
Oh, it went up.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Well,
Yeah, it
it's
didn't used to be-
$34.80. I just gave you 20 extra cents.
No, last time I looked, it was like $10. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so that's good. That's first edition, right?
Rush Duel Dark Magician Girl Secret Rare.
Oh, so yeah, whatever. These were.
Oh, foil Dark Magician, ink misprints, $401.
Yeah.
But you can get, but some of them are like $500. This is so. I love just looking up this stuff. I could do an episode just of looking up stuff.
I think those two cards had a pretty good price on them too.
Let me look at this.
Because that one's limited edition, and that one is not first edition, but it's foil.
Luster.
The soldier might not be, but I thought it was.
The foiled one, which that's not the same design though. This is 2019. Oh, 2019 one is like $88.
I think all these are 97.
Trying to.
That one's 96.
I'm trying to find that card and see. Oh, you're looking at about $600 right there.
Boyo.
Yeah.
Told you.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
Well, I say strange, but only because I have one that's $600 and another one that's like $70. So you should, but it's all on eBay, so you can't really go to that. You have to go to like the actual.
Yeah, I have a site that I use. I have a.
Yeah, it's going from like $20.
Yeah.
On some of it, and
the limited edition Black Rose Dragon.
You got to say with a vengeance.
It's my favorite card. I think it's so cool.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, it's mixed on this. You got $45 for one, $800 for the foiled, and that's not foiled. Is it foiled?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's foiled.
It's foiled.
You got like $800 on one, 15 on one. Another one's like 51 cents. But that
I think this is that one's near mint or mint also.
It's hard to get the check on the grading system and everything like that. That's like I had what was the card? The foiled blank, because Magic cards, they have foiled blanks, like Command and Conquer, and playing those in tournaments was freaking fun, especially when a person doesn't like, is just hating the fact that he's getting his ass whooped. But
do you remember cup stacking?
Yeah.
Those tournaments? I was in those tournaments. Isn't that so stupid?
I was always wondering. It's like, wait a minute. There's a nowadays they got a tournament. They got tournaments for almost anything nowadays. Yeah. It's so hilarious. It's like, what is this tournament? I was like, what was? I mean, they got the smacking tournaments now.
Yeah.
They have this. It was because I keep on bringing up the. I might bring that up on Nerd Sports, because I bring up some obscure sports thing. They have this one sport. It's not checkers, but it's using checkers. But it's like you're hitting goals. It's a square thing. I can't. It's some kind of freaking game.
Shoot it?
No. You flick them.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too. I used it as a reference one time because it just came up on my feed. And I was like, I use that one. But I mean, look at curling. That's a sport. I mean, that's a beer drinking, mullet head sport, and people play it on national level, global level, and it's just I'm like looking at this game and like, why? But everybody has a hobby. I mean, cornhole's still a freaking sport, and I
just found out about that like 6 months ago. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that was a joke that people were telling me because I'm not from Texas. And my boyfriend one day sat me down and explained that it was an actual thing. I still don't believe you guys, but
no, I played it last weekend.
Right.
We had a.
Did you use real corn?
No. Cornhole, all it is two pieces of board.
Yeah, and you throw corn in the holes.
No, you don't throw corn. You throw bag. It's supposed to symbolize bag of corn, but they're little tiny square bags about that big, and you just. But if you overhand it, you're a douchebag. You have to toss it up underhanded, and it's whoever can get the closest to the hole gets a point. And then if you get it in the hole, I think it's like 3 points. Me and my brother-in-law play it all the time. It's fun.
We played hacky sack.
Yeah, I play hacky sack.
I don't know about cornhole, but
one of these days we'll go to a place that has a cornhole. Play cornhole.
You probably make one.
Yeah,
we can dig holes in the lawn.
No, it has to be slanted. The reason why it's slanted and everything like that because to get it just right, it'll shoot off, or if you overshoot it and everything like that, it has to have some kind of talent and everything to it. I mean, we ended up because we had to wait like an hour for our names to be called to get that prize I got, that big box of coffee stuff, and ended up winning that. But we were just playing cornhole for the most of the day. They had that and axe throwing. I was throwing axes too.
Axe throwing's fun.
Oh, I got it to the hilt. Dude, this guy was like freaking huge. I think he was probably around about, I would say probably about 250, maybe 260. Just bulk and muscle and everything. But I ended up throwing the axe, hitting dead center. Did I show you the photo of that? But I ended up throwing it like dead center.
No, you did. You did.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. You did.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you look, it's to the hilt. He had... I judged his manhood after that, because he was like, oh, you're never going to be able to get that out. And he like pulls on it. He's like... Hey, it's stuck. What the hell did you do? I mean, if it was a human head, it would have like half the freaking human head and hit the sternum. I would have just obliterated the skull. That's where I'm going with on that one. But it was... I went up there. I just grabbed it with one hand and just kicked off the thing. He's like, "There you go. You want the axe? Do you want it? Are you sure? You sure, big man? Come on, little guy like me pulled it out." But no, that was fun to do. I really just the obscure things that I mean, horseshoeing. You ever play horseshoe?
No.
Yeah, all it is 2 poles in your yard. Think about.
They have 20? One at Lucy Park, right?
Yeah.
So,
the other thing I don't get is what they have up at Lucy Park, and I still don't get it. I played it once. Is frisbee golf.
Yeah, I've seen people playing that.
I just it's one of those things I just don't get.
Yeah, I don't touch this stuff because people don't wash their hands, but I've seen people use it.
Yeah. But you know what? Then you got your Dragon Ball Z.
Crazy Dragon Ball Z cards. These cards are insane. I have no clue where they're from. I don't know anything about them. Some of them are in Spanish. Some of them are in Japanese. Some of them are in English.
Oh, really?
They're all from like the 90s.
Well, back in the day, they stopped doing that. From back in the day, because I used to have Marvel cards and DC cards. They had like Alex Ross.
These also aren't playable ones though. They're all scenes from the stuff.
Well, they had back in the day that was like they had like Terminator 2 cards. They were just like this. Companies they tried to like milk the cow as much as they possibly could, and they had like card sets like this.
There's cards for everything. Yeah.
I mean, they're not that way that much anymore, unless I just don't pay attention anymore.
I could find cards, but nowadays they just do them like like Jack, Queen, King, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. They just do that with like anime characters and stuff nowadays. Yeah, this one's from 1989.
1989, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh wow. God, that show has been
from 1989.
That show has been on forever.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
You can try to look them up. And then I have some that are Dragon Ball Z playable cards, but these are from like I think they're from a deck that I just don't have the full deck. It's from like a different collection.
Gold lot of $80. I mean, I bet you could probably find some buyers. Or rare Dragon Ball Z cards, $33 used. It doesn't look like the. So did you watch that Dragon Ball? It all popped up, that Dragon Ball Evolution, that live action one they pulled out. The American pulled out.
I didn't watch it. No, I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
You're not missing much. They just totally raped it.
I thought about watching the live action Cowboy Bebop.
That's actually good.
I wanted to.
That's actually really good. I watched that. It is the Cowboy Bebop's another anime that I loved watching only because the storyline was quick paced.
Yeah. That's funny you say that. Like, it took me 2 or 3 times to watch it, actually, because I thought it was very slow-paced.
Stuff like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. Yeah, I think I used to play this one. I had a couple of cards from it. Back in early... I want to say once Magic started getting its fandom and everything like that, and then Pokemon hit, then Yu-Gi-Oh hit. They try to make card games for almost every game they could possibly. There was Star Wars one. There was Vampire the Masquerade, White Wolf, Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it's just they tried so hard to make stuff popular, and I mean there was even. The 5 Rings. It was a.
Oh, that's where my Pokemon begins.
Oh, okay.
That was all Inuyasha and stuff before that.
Okay.
So those are my little Japanese cards.
Do you actually play or you just collect them?
I just collect them. I wouldn't play with any of them because I don't want them to lose their value.
Yeah, okay.
You can see some of them that I have played with, like when I was younger and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, most of these are very immaculate.
Yeah. And then there's like that one's the 25th anniversary edition. Mm-hmm. Most of the legendaries are like 25th anniversaries.
What's really strange though is if you look at people playing Pro Tour tournaments for Magic the Gathering from back in the day, you almost want to throw up a little bit because they're not playing with like card sleeves, and you're like. That appreciated the value, like, and they're like shuffling.
I used to do that when I was a kid in high school playing.
God, I look at videos watching these people play with like, I think the deck's probably worth about $30,000, and just watching them just shuffle them. It's like, gotta shuffle the deck. Mm-hmm. You're not using sleeves. Where's your mat? Where's? I cringe because I know how much. I used to have like a full set of dual lands, and I think each dual land a piece is $1,000. It's just
I have some dual
I kicked myself of all the stuff that I've sold, traded or sold in my lifetime. It's just so ridiculous. But yeah,
it's taken a long time to get this collection back to what it was from giving so much stuff away as a kid.
Yeah,
but
I just. If I got into it, if I get into stuff, I get into it heavy. I was like, we had we played X-Wing fighters, and it's basically little miniatures. We had to have like this big of a table just to play on it and everything, and you would move your.
I need a table like this for D&D. This is like the perfect size table for D&D.
Yeah, that's what we usually play it. On it, but the reason why I stopped playing D&D is getting a group together that actually is going to play on a regular basis is so freaking hard because you're dealing with like 5 people usually trying to play in
that one's 25th anniversary too, and that one me and my boyfriend just play by ourselves a lot.
I usually play when my daughter's here. We'll play and everything like that, but I get so much hate because I have knowledge of all the stuff and everything, and being a I usually just play game master. I'll just do, I'll DM the stuff and everything. Oh, that was one thing that off track totally. But there was someone sent me this TikTok video. It's like, you do realize that D&D is just basically a kink, right? And it went verbatim because you have to have approval. And same thing with BSM and everything. Yeah. And you have to have approval. You have a dungeon master. You have he sets all the rules and everything. What's going on? I was like,
so he's like your dungeon daddy.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm like, fuck, that makes sense. That's ridiculous. But yeah, my see, I ended up playing in, it was like this one campaign. Started out the campaign, everybody got their stuff together. 5th level wizard I picked. I usually don't play a wizard. I usually play the cleric. I was not allowed to play a wizard ever again, only because of what I did. He set up this whole thing that the main boss was coming up. I had levitate. So the main boss came up on his horse and everything, and I was like, and he's like, oh, the boss has protection from magic, it can't be touched or anything. I was like, how about the horseshoes on the horse? He's like, no, they're not magical or anything. Why did you think that? Okay, I'm going to levitate those with him on the horse and everything like that to about 100 feet and just dissipate the spell. I basically killed like a level 20 boss right out of the get-go, and I destroyed his entire campaign. I did the same thing with one boss. We were so low level, and he was like, well, you got to do all these side quests and everything, and I started looking through all the books and everything, and this is that one and this one got me because he did a whole new campaign. It's like, you have an audience with the big main boss. It's like, you don't want to do that with me. He's like, what are you going to do? Well, do we have prep time? He's like, yeah. So I made a crown for the new king of this land and everything like that. Beautiful thing. We all gathered up. And he's like, because I told everybody what I was doing except the DM. So we got all this stuff and everything like that. Well, what I didn't tell the DM was I had gotten a ring to look like a crown and then enlarged it. Gave it to the king. What did the king do? He places it on a crown. Counterspell. Cancel the thing. Freaking ring just ripped through his freaking head. I was like, so I'm gonna play this wizard again. You're not playing a wizard ever again. You just play a fighter or something like that. And I was like,
have you played this card? Is the whole reason why this collection started was because I was looking for that one.
Oh, really?
So that's why I have this whole binder, is because that...
I've never played Pokemon, I'll be honest, but...
There's that one, and then there's a Alolan Ninetales you'll see in... I think you passed. I think it was in water. And then there's a Sylveon.
I'm curious on this one.
I'm pretty sure that one just came out, so they might not have good high price yet. Because the 25th anniversary is, like, right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. You never know. 14. Not bad. Yeah, it's still not bad.
But yeah, that one, a Sylveon, and Alola Ninetales. Those three were what I was looking for, and I have all three of them now.
Yeah.
And now I've just been crazily collecting.
Is it kind of like Modern Horizon? Basically, it's historical cards that they haven't printed in a while, because there's a couple of cards they printed and you can use them in Magic now in the tournaments. And it was like Dark Ritual back in the day. Everybody, if you're running a black, you run Dark Ritual, because it's one black, you get 3 black mana. It ramps it up so fast. Well, it's a banned card now. I was playing Magic Gathering Arena online. I can't. They did this new thing called Alchemy, and the the thing I don't like about Magic the Gathering Online is they don't keep the cards stuff the same as the cards online. Mm-hmm. Because they have this one Goldspan Dragon. If you get the card, Goldspan Dragon's just 4 mana total. Mm-hmm. 2 colors, 2 red. But online, they changed it so they can nerf stuff online. They can't really nerf when the card's out there. Because you can have a card and it's like, oh, I have this one that costs 5. I got this one that costs 4.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason why I don't like playing digital at times. I mean, it's the same format and everything. A lot of it's a lot easier on you. But, oh, my bread and butter. Here we go. Now, there's only like one card that I trade regularly. It's called Elf of the Dark Arthur Woods from Dark. And it's, I'll bring it up real quick. I'll show you the artwork, the original artwork. They ended up.
Yeah, I think all the rest of them are Magic, and then the last one, the very last page, is just like really rare cards from this manga.
If I can spell. But this is the only card because it's so beautiful. The artist, he only did this one.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Alice from Resident Evil.
Yeah. But it's like a $10 card. I used to, every time I had like a freaking stack of those things. Now I can be like super rich. And if I'm quiet, everybody, I'm sorry. I'm going through my childhood a little bit. God, what was this block's name? Yeah, Innistrad or something like that. Oh, that's the new one. I play Constant. Man, that is just a so broken card if you can get it going. I've had people just quit like that because of that card. Once it hits play, and I have everything. It's like the way I run it is I have that plus a couple of stuff when a creature comes into play. Game 1 live, but I have also teleportation circle, so I can just constantly each end of the turn I can return, exile a creature and return. So the effect goes in. I'll have that. It was like once it hits down, it's already has the 10 counters and it needs to be indestructible, and people just scoop after that. Mm-hmm. Of course, you're also talking to the person that actually got I think he was like 12-year-old kid to cry at a freaking
oh my God.
tournament. I didn't even know I did it. That's what he even said. I have this book because you've talked to me. I say some horrendous stuff. And I'm only allowed to say certain things. I had like a little book like this, and this is a big book over here that I couldn't say. So I was always, hey, how are you doing? Hope you have a wonderful tournament. And after I defeated a certain person, and if I didn't get what the person was actually trying to do, I tried to help them out. And that was the whole thing. And I was like, well, okay. I don't have to be here anymore. I'm going to go outside and have a cigarette. So I pack my stuff up, grab it, and just go have a cigarette. Well, one of my team players that I was playing with, he's like, what'd you say to that kid? I was like, told him to have a good game. What is this deck supposed to do? I went through the list. I have a list. I have it paper copied right here. And he's like, dude, that kid's crying in there. The kid, on the other hand, was from Henrietta. And he swore up and down that he was the best Magic player that anybody's ever seen. Because he's beaten all of his friends, no matter what. And I ruined those dreams right then and there. First time on the tournament. I was like, dude, he's not crying. Oh, shit, he's fucking crying. I didn't do anything. I really didn't. I was like, dude, I went back over to him. It's like, dude, what you crying? I thought it was good. I was like, dude, there's always someone better. No matter what, there's always going to be someone better. Just always just keep on going. It's like, I don't want to play. I was like, no, keep going. It's like, I'm not gonna lose this one. It's like, dude, sometimes you gotta lose to figure out what's going
happens,
on.
yeah.
And you don't get that mentality when you're like 12. Yeah, it has to be bred into you. See, this is another one I miss a lot is the card styles. Cause,
I think that one's double-sided, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably going to be double-sided. Well, the Werewolves were. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, because Innistrad and Midnight Hunt, they all did the double. There's a lot of cards that are double-sided, which is really strange nowadays. Is seeing all the double-sided stuff. Because back in the day, there was very rarely did you get a set that had like two sides. They try to put it on one part, and they just said, "Fuck it, let's just put it on two sides."
This is where my good decks start. Those before were just from booster packs. I think these onward are decks.
Just burn decks. I will crush you. It's my only thing.
I got my vampire deck for
Do you actually
Day.
do you go out and play? Mm-mm. Oh, you can go out to
I'm not gonna touch them until I have the sleeves for them. I actually just got the sleeves for them yesterday.
Today's Tuesday.
I don't know.
Oh, we'll go to Bot Galaxy. I'll teach you the ways, my young apprentice. Mwahaha. You know what's really sad is that's actually a pretty damn good card.
Yeah, I think that one was the cover card.
Oh, that's the
deck. That's like the chief.
That's the commander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why I'll never get back. One, it's too expensive, and it'd be really expensive. I've gotten this is the one hobby I haven't even finished up on yet, and I got that hobby over there that I touch very rarely, my bow. It's more or less a hobby / food type deal. Going hunting and everything, getting some deers and whatnot. But this is one thing is I've always been weirded out with Magic though is I won't get the niche until I really get into. Oh, you got a Soul Ring too?
Yeah.
That's not the original. I used to have the original.
None of these are very old. My old deck is gone forever. My childhood deck. This is all built up over the past year.
Oh, okay.
The other ones before Magic are old, but not the Magic.
Dude, I love these lands that they came out with. They're so freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
But yeah. Man, it's gotten just too damn expensive for me to get back into it. I mean, I look at them.
Crazy expensive, yeah.
God,
They were for each of those, because I had a few of the vampire decks. Those were $40 each.
Yeah.
Just the 60 cards or whatever.
And this is
That's from. So there's it's called Cardcaptor Sakura. The original 4 omnibus books are super rare now. They sell for $100 each. They started releasing collector's edition versions, which were really small, a chapter of the whole volume as a book. And in each of those books came one of those cards. So they're collector's editions cards.
Oh, cool.
So eventually those cards will be worth as much as
I like how they with the books and everything, they give a little bit extra stuff nowadays. There's something just, off the wall.
I got the Berserk limited edition books, the big omnibuses, and they're so pretty. And they're leather bound. They're super nice.
Well, we can call it for that because we're getting into I need a cigarette phase, and we can go do other stuff. So we'll go ahead and call it in. I'm David Dickerman. This is Everett Sharp. I keep on wanting to do Everett Sharp. And thank you for watching, everybody. Check us out on YouTube, Rumble, anything that's social media. We're probably on there. Angry Me Production. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.